They announced Beetlejuice. They announced Oh yeah,
Agent
Samurai
Smith.
Jack. Okay, that was alright. Samurai Jack would that will make me want to maybe at least try multiverses at the very least.
Put Harry Potter in that? No, put Dobby in that game. Voldemort for Mortal Kombat and Dobby for Multiverses.
All right, we also gotta bring up what the other news that came up as well. During I believe it was June or July or maybe it was May, where they announced a
I
Guilty Gear anime
Yeah, okay,
seasonal
so
episodic.
I got some fun shit to share about this Guilty Gear anime
Yeah, yeah.
because it was underreported. So it's being handled by Sanjigen Studio, and they are one of the best 3D animation studios in the biz, but
Apart
they
from
get
the
no
Guilty
record.
Gear trailer they did for the anniversary, what else did they do?
They did D4DJ, which is legitimately one of the best looking 3D anime ever. Like the thing is, they mostly do like gacha idol stuff. So I think they did Bang Dream as well, but to me their crowning achievement is D4DJ because D4DJ looks amazing. Like you know how Guilty Gear is one of the best looking 3D fighters because it seamlessly looks like 2D. That is what Sanjigen is to 3D anime.
So they will make the
So
fight scenes justified. They'll, translate whatever they saw in
hopefully, I've
fight
never
scenes.
seen them do an action scene before, so that's so fingers crossed they do it well. They also do a bunch of like Hololive music videos as well. They get contract work for that. But so like outside of the Trigun Stampede studio, what's it, Studio Orange?
I think it's
At
orange, yeah. I
Sanjigen,
think it's orange.
Sanjigen is like, oh yeah, no, that's a good studio to partner with. More importantly, it's not the Mato Sehe no Slave Studio, and that's what makes me happy.
Okay, that's good. Anyway, the anime
But
itself is gonna take place after the storyline of the Guilty Gear game.
yeah,
The one after that was the second
after Strive,
storyline that
yeah,
happened, right? Other side, thank you. Another side, yeah. Goes on, they introduce a new character called Unica who hates gears for some reason. Sort
and
of
is suspiciously justice colored.
yes, that is something you gotta bring up. Yes.
So I am very excited. I'm very excited for where that goes. Also,
And it's
I
also
love.
gonna focus on what's at a Kai and Dizzy's wedding, I believe, right? Because they're wearing
Yeah,
same
I do believe like the inciting incident of the anime is going to be Unica tries to make a terrorist attack at Kai and Dizzy's wedding.
because I believe Kai
I
is the president. No, not president. Sorry, he is
No, he
he's
is the king.
He's the king. Sorry, he's the king, not president. What am I saying?
No, not just king. He is the first king.
First king.
So the way Illyria works is Illyria is basically a unified Europe, and it has three kings. And they so like they have the three kings, and the first king is like the most important of them, to my understanding. So it's Kai, Leo, and Daryl. And so Kai is like the big proper king, and Leo's like the meathead king who
And then there's
wants
a Darius
everyone
too,
to know.
right? If I recall. There is a
Hmm?
king.
Daryl is the third king.
Daryl.
Yeah,
Daryl. Sorry, not Daryl.
yeah. He's just got pudding.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone keeps wanting him as a fighter, and I'm like, no, I love the idea that he's this cool ass character design,
You don't need
and
to
he
see
just
more
sits
than that.
in the background eating pudding and being like, okay, Leo and Kai are gonna go fight. Cool. I'm gonna chill.
Speaking of Guilty Gear characters, let's just jump ahead lah. Anyway, I mean they've announced in the next few months, okay, actually next month after June, Evo happened. We got our winners and all that, but we care more about the fighting game news. And the big one is of course Guilty Gear Strive has a new season, which I guess you and I are very excited about. And not just
Mm-hmm.
that, but the characters they announced, very obvious picks, but also one that just came out of left field, which will tie into the whole guest character shenanigans you brought up earlier on. So the characters are of course Queen
Can't
Dizzy.
believe they brought Venom.
Venom is back too. Now he's a baker, so I guess he's trying to save his baking business. Hey, Robokai might come as a side character. Who knows, right? Because he's
Yeah,
an adult.
I'm willing to put money down that Robokai is gonna be in his outro.
Yeah. Outro or intro, whatever in the story mode and whatnot.
That's gonna be like Slayer and Sharon, start and end.
Yeah. And then you got the third character, of course, the anime exclusive character Unica, who may or may not be Justice. Hey, I mean, if there's a super is it he or she? I'm not sure.
Unica is a girl.
Okay, she might have a super where she transforms to Justice for like 10 seconds. I mean, I'm down for that, honestly. I don't know how that worked, but let's see. And then, of course, the fourth character would be Cyberpunk Edge Runner's Lucy. Which is a joint collaboration with CD Projekt, of course. So, with the guest characters thing coming on, like, how far is too far, though, when you think about it?
So I have been against Guilty Gear getting guest characters for the longest time. Because
this is the first time to boot. Let's just forget. This is like the first time to have a guest character.
Yeah. So because like in the BB Tag days, so BB Tag had rules, right? It was like, hey, all characters are going to come from these 4 titles. It was Blaze Blue, Ruby, Persona, and Under Night. And then a few years after the game comes out, they go, we're changing the rules. We've added new games. We will now add Arcana Heart, Akatsuki Blitzcamp, and Senran Kagura to this mix. And it destroyed the Reddit because I think they had no mods at the time as well. But so I opened the Reddit and it was all just like, what if Saber was in this game? What if this character was in this game? It was unbearable. No one was talking about BB Tag anymore. Everyone was just wishlist. And I'm just like, come on, we got Blitz Tank. This is the greed they talk about in the Old Testament. So that's always been my fear of guest characters coming to Guilty Gear. And also because people will be like, oh, multiverse and stuff. Guilty Gear is a very, like, people talk shit about the Guilty Gear story, but it's very, very good at being self-contained. And I always like that. That being said, of all the characters they could put in, a character from an anime that came out like what, a year ago? 2 years ago? Yeah, a year plus ago. And she looks like she came out of Daisuke's sketchbook. That's a good pick.
Although I kind of want Rebecca, but whatever. We'll see how Lucy fights, considering she has the mono wire thing going on. And
I'm putting money that she's gonna play like Eltnum in Multi-Blood.
Okay.
That she's probably going to have like some Aki shit where she can hack you for a status and then pop you in the air if she hits you while you have that, or something like that. That's just my brain going on about it.
She's a hacker too, so I guess that could be your debuffs. You can actually put on the fly, more or less.
I like not to get away too far from the Lucy thing. I do want to bring up Venom though coming back.
Yeah.
So season 3 for Strive has given me hope for something. So you had season 3 we had Johnny and Abba, right?
Yeah.
And Johnny was reworked quite extensively, how he worked. They got rid of his coins. And then you have Abba, who was the same.
She is
right?
the same, I feel. I mean, there were
like
a bit more
few
mechanics
tweaks
in Guilty Gear X and Core, I believe. Oh, no.
Yeah, plus R, plus.
Yeah, plus R, thank you, plus R. Because she appeared in Isuka first, and then the next one,
Yeah, so like, they tweaked some stuff, but she's the same. More on the same thing with Slayer. So it's given me hope that this is the formula going forward, which is we're going to have for returning characters. Some like for every simplified one, there's going to be no, you get this character as they were. And so for the returning characters, what do we have? We have Dizzy and we have Venom. Dizzy is a waifu, which means more new players will want to play her.
So she'll be simplified from her original X form.
Yeah. I mean, even XR, but yeah.
Exactly.
Which means Venom is gonna be fucked!
He's got the pool cues and the balls flying around back and forth.
Okay. So let me speak to the new people here. Because if you want new people from Strive, you don't know what Venom is. Venom gets to put pool balls all over the stage, and then he can launch them into each other. You have to do math for Venom. Like, in a game, it's so funny, everyone's like, oh, Strive is just a haha rush down unga bunga game. yet has the most fucked up zoners I've ever seen. You have Happy Chaos, you have Asuka, and now you have Venom back. And possibly Dizzy as well, because let's not act like Dizzy is like a clean and honest character either.
she's not.
Like-
I feel Axel got left out of the shuffle because of all the other better Zoner characters who are complicated.
Yeah, I feel bad for Axel. He is the closest thing to an honest zoner in this game.
In a field where, yeah, I have gun, will travel, I will reload it and just shoot you.
I have, yeah, 0 frame startup gun. Yeah.
They're annoying.
And,
They're annoying to fight, but I can see the work put into playing as Happy Chaos. He's not an easy character to use, which fits well anyway. So I guess Venom will be in that. Like you said, Venom will be in that class of characters.
I hope so. I want to see. I really like the fact that Happy Chaos and Asuka are like top tier zoners in a very rush down heavy game, but also like some of the highest execution characters in that game. Makes me really like Strive's design philosophy, which is like, hey, if you want to play a strong character, like, get ready to learn some fucked up shit. Because you remember when Season 1, when Nago came out, he was also a very difficult character to play.
Yeah, I just have to get used to the whole blood mechanic. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's still way more to learn compared to if you're playing Geo or if you're playing Soul, where Soul is just like learn the input for Volcanic Viper, you're done. Compare that to Nago, where it was like, hey, manage this meter, and then the Season 1 DLC, you have Gold Lewis, who is like, hey, 360s.
180s were.
I'm sorry, yeah, what?
180s were.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like have a character with Guard Crush Pressure, a fucked up concept that should not exist, but also tied to a difficult input system. And even now that Jacko has won an Evo, we can say that we always knew Jacko was top tier. She's also like
Yeah, you just need a better player to figure out how to use her properly.
Puppet character with 3 puppets. Have fun with that. So yeah, I think it's really, really cool that Strive has this philosophy, and it makes me so hopeful that Venom is I'm not even gonna play Venom. I'm gonna hate fighting Venom. You're gonna talk to me
as a guy who plays Potemkin, I'm gonna hate the fuck out of Venom. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's gonna break armor.
What can I do? Yeah.
He's gonna break armor with those pool cues. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah, it's gonna be so messed up. Yeah. Yeah, I can see a 2025 EVO finals with Venom and Happy Chaos fighting each other for like a grand final.
No, that's the thing though. I feel like he may even be able to stop Happy Chaos at that point. Because we're gonna go from a game with no set play to one of the most obnoxious set play characters ever.
Man, it's gonna be fun times for Guilty Gear when these characters start coming out.
That's the thing. I really hope that Drive has a long life cycle, because we are letting the freaks out. And I'd hate for us to have one season of freak domination only to be followed by, hey guys, next game coming out soon.
No.
Also, still no jam.
Yeah, because of how the Guilty Gear Strive is being developed as we speak. Don't think we're just gonna see more season passes coming out. There's really no need for a new entry to this game, considering how good it already looks, how solid the mechanics are. Unless shareholders want to, then I guess Arxon Works has no choice then. They're beholden to whoever is giving them money. And at this point in time,
Yeah.
I guess Guilty Gear Strive is still ongoing, no matter what.
Yeah, definitely. And more importantly, is that so season 3 we had like here's all the poll winning characters coming back. Now we need the season of here's all the characters from side games that never made it into the full game. I feel like they are not going to let this game's life cycle end without getting Leopoldon in somewhere.
Leopoldon or Cliff Anderson coming back from the dead. Or maybe like a
Hey, I don't mind Cliff coming back, because Cliff is a cool character.
Yeah, and like we said before, fighting game characters don't really die much. They come back somehow.
The only thing is that Daisuke is a bit of a weirdo that he may actually want Cliff to stay dead. But that doesn't mean we're not going to get Jiff Anderson, his student.
A student who similarly fights like him, like a long lost guy is training in a cave somewhere or hamlet nearby, wherever Cliff's grave was,
Yeah, exactly. Picked up Cliff's sword from the grave and then was just like, "Don't worry, I'll stop Testament." And Testament's just like, "Bruh."
Yeah. Speaking of characters who cannot stay dead, I guess Heihachi is back for real in Tekken 8. In that one announcement that Harada did mention Ring Evo as well too.
Yeah, I love that. So, some people are mad, but I think the fact that the trailer is immediately followed up by a clip of Harada lying through his teeth.
Yes, along with the two
It's
other
the
clips where
fun-
Raven cannot do his job, where Heihachi's dead, Mishima's dead. Yeah, no, he's not.
Yeah. I think the fact that they cut to that montage is really, really funny. Like, okay, that's a good thing.
Heihachi Mishima is completely dead.
I just feel bad because, like, I kind of like the idea of Reina. You know,
I mean, she will have the time in the spotlight. It really depends on how. the
will she
storyline-
know? Will she know? Like,
Hey, you never
She's-
know, dude. You never know. I mean, I would like
what
to
is
see
she
the story
gonna
mode
kill
for this
Heihachi
game.
next?
Hey, actually, you know what? That would be a pretty cool thing, Push him off the volcano for all you know, like a surprise assault thing.
Also, everyone has
I don't
been.
think Bandai Namco is stupid enough to create a character from scratch just to put her off the sideline. I mean, this thing can't.
No, but here's the thing though, because it's hard to put Heihachi in a gacha game because everyone's just like, "Who's this crusty old man?" And everyone, "No, that's Heihachi." You put Reina in, whatever game you want, Reina can be a collab character. Oh, Genshin collab, there she is. Zenless collab, there she is.
That could work.
She is the most marketable character Bandai Namco has created since Kuma.
Yep. Totally. People still play Kuma
But-
to this day. Competitively, I might add. Asus Asher, latest tier before Evo. I think Kuma was like, what, D tier or something? Halfway there,
Kuma.
basically.
Kuma is great, yeah.
He's got some stuff. He does some stuff. Alright,
But yeah, one thing about the Tekken thing though, because I saw everyone being Tekken historians, being like, "Oh, do you know how many times Heihachi has fake out died? It's like Tekken 5 and Tekken, was it 3? The first.
He died in the first game and then he somehow came back in the second and third. Third, he was teaching Jin Kazama the stuff after Jin's mom died. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who also came
Anyways,
back from the dead, by the way. Jun.
anyways, the important thing here I need to bring up is they forget the very, very important movie Tekken Blood Vengeance, where the entire first half of that movie is Heihachi is dead and now Kazuya and Jin are fighting over his stuff.
Yeah. And he somehow,
And
and
then-
then like Senator Palpatine somehow came back from the dead.
Yeah. Okay. I need you guys to watch this movie. I haven't watched it in full either. I watched like Spoonie's review of it, but you think his reveal in the Tekken 8 trailer was bullshit? It is literally, they spend the whole movie chasing after this guy because he was like Heihachi's last lab experiment to make an
the
immortal.
student kid. Yeah, the handsome kid.
Yeah. And then, so the dude is like waiting in a tower, being emo. He's like, I'll defeat Kazuya because I can't die. So Kazuya bursts down this wall and is like, you're coming with me, kid. And then Jin busts down the other wall and goes like, no man, he's under my protection. And then suddenly a curtain pulls up and Heihachi is there.
Yeah.
He's like, gotcha!
Gotcha, bitch. I remember watching that back in the day in Game Access days. That was not a good movie. Definitely better
No,
than
and
the
I
live
won't-
action movie, but still, it's like, what was
No,
Harada
and
thinking?
the best part is the follow up to all this is then he picks up the kid and kills him.
Yes. the one time the kid appeared in that one movie. Yes.
Yeah, the kid who spent the entire 2/3 of the movie talking about being immortal gets offed by Heihachi. It's the best. But yeah, no. So on one hand, I am always a little mad when because I think 7 was a really good send off for Heihachi. the whole like, oh, you get to see young Heihachi one more time, and then Kazuya throws him off the cliff and whatever. But at the same time, Heihachi crawling out of the lava was a giant fist hole in his chest.
And also
That's
younger, of
pretty
course,
funny.
right? Yeah.
I don't think he was actually young. I think that was just lighting.
Okay,
I think it was just the
lighting.
dramatic lighting. Yeah, but him climbing out and going, I'm still alive. Have you ever watched 30 Rock?
Yeah, I think I saw a few episodes here and there.
There's an episode in there where Jack is trying to date this Mexican girl, but her mom won't let him near her because he looks like the guy from her telenovela,
Okay.
who's also played by Alec Baldwin. So like she keeps saying like, oh, he's the general, he's the general. He don't let him near the house. And so he buys the telenovela network and tries to kill the general off. But the general, knowing that he doesn't speak Spanish, acts out a scene, like ad-libs a scene anyways, where he survives the assassination attempt, then drinks an elixir to make him immortal so he can never be killed. That's what Heihachi coming back feels like.
Man. Didn't think I actually hear a 30 Rock reference in the fighting game podcast, so here you are. Here we are.
No man, that's part and parcel of having me around. Is that I always got 130 Rock ready to go.
Alright,
But
I
yeah,
think
so-
I got a couple more topics to hit up, more or less, before we wrap it up, because...
Yeah. Mortal Kombat, half the roster is DLC, whatever.
Yeah. There we go, moving on.
And we're out of cool references.
But it's just bad repeating, basically. At least you can tie into what you wrote earlier on.
Yeah, it's
So the characters who were announced were, of course, female Rule 64. Was it 63? Rule 63 Sector. Female
Sector and Cyrax.
Who was the other character too? Yeah, of course.
Noob Saibot.
Yeah, Noob Saibot. Yeah.
And he looks like shit.
I totally forgot he was actually in the game. I mean, like, he wasn't in the game, like, because he was actually like a mainstay in Mortal Kombat 9 onward, and I used him as a zoner, basically, in that sense. So.
Yeah. So like of the many flaws of 11, the design for Noob Saibot was not one of them. I think that's one of the best Noob Saibot designs we've ever seen.
Yeah.
So
And,
now
the
that
other characters they announced is, of course, guest characters. Ghostface from Scream. We have T-1000 from Terminator 2. And we got Conan the Barbarian, looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger, the actor, but obviously not his voice, because pretty hard to, get Arnold Schwarzenegger, especially with NetherRealm's current budget as we speak.
yeah. But
Did I miss anyone out? I mean, I could have sworn. I think those are all, right? Like 6 characters.
yeah, that's
it.
all of them.
Yeah. And this does bring up the point where your guest characters overshadow your story mode and your main DLC characters, per se.
I feel like Mortal Kombat has had this really bad for a while. Like ever since 9 was because 9 had Kratos, right?
Oh no, I think it was worse in 10, because 10 you had Predator, you had...
Yeah, so 9 was the
Alien from
start.
Aliens. Yeah.
9 was the start, then 10 went really crazy with it.
That was when, oh shit. Okay, we forget about the MK10 roster, we only care... Like, the finals for that game was basically Xenomorph versus Xenomorph, if I recall. And Sonic Fox was playing the Xenomorph. Oh no, it was Jason as well, sorry, Jason. Jason 2 was part of the top,
You mean they had multiverses character Jason Voorhees in Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
That's so cool. I wonder how they redesign him because he's got that really cartoony art style. But yeah, I mean, on one hand, it's kind of cool seeing Mortal Kombat be the 80s throwback fighter. But at the same time, it's also just like Mortal Kombat is one of the most visually distinct fighting games out there. Like, to me, it is action figure energy, right? It's like, look at the Mortal Kombat 3 cast, right? Like, Cyborg Ninja, Regular Ninja, Thunder God, G.I. Joe with a metal arm.
Police
now-
officer, yeah. And some guy from the underworld, the outworld and whatnot.
Yeah, so it's just like seeing discussion of Mortal Kombat go from, you know, that to, ooh, I hope this movie comes in. They do a reference to this movie. It's like, it's really sad.
Yeah, you're
think-
gonna have the 80s movies tropes actually upstaging your actual fighting game per se, to the point where
Yeah.
I can see a top 4 in Evo or a Mortal Kombat game just featuring, I don't know,
Homelander.
yeah, Ghostface against Conan, I guess. That's like the top 4.
Yeah, it's not even just about like on the competitive level, it's just about when people talk about it, you know. I would rather see a legally distinct Ghostface,
Yeah.
but with that Mortal Kombat flavor of like, ooh, I'm a serial killer, but I got drafted into the Mortal Kombat tournament because it turns out you need a psycho who has no qualms about killing people. I would rather see.
I think that also another reason why I feel that the 80s characters you mentioned overshadow Mortal Kombat as a whole is because I think the Mortal Kombat 1 is probably the weakest entry I've played so far. I mean, I'm not a fan of the cameo system. I'm not a fan of like how the story mode went, and I'm not a fan of.
Oh,
how...
I'm on the opposite end of you here because I vastly prefer it to 11.
I actually prefer 11. I don't know, maybe because of like
Because-
it just kept it a bit. They just refined on what made 10 alright, I guess, and just made it better.
For me, 11 was too Street Fighter 5. But so like one tried to be more Kusoge with the air combos and the tags and stuff. That I'm almost kind of annoyed that they blew their spawn load for 11. Because I feel like you're not gonna tell me that spawn with one's combat system is not going to be like hype.
It could work, but right now he's like what, Mortal Kombat 11, along with Joker, I believe, and like, oh yeah, John Wick
Yeah.
and RoboCop. Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
wish I continued on playing Mortal Kombat 11 because those guest characters actually sound pretty good too.
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? Like I
Especially
fully
RoboCop
acknowledge.
with the zoning tools and whatnot.
I fully acknowledge that, you know, on one hand, I'm here talking about like, you know, guest characters cheapen the value of the original game. On the other hand, did I not pop off when Spawn was announced?
I guess
Did
it
I
also
not
depends on the character. you might want,
literally,
like, yeah.
literally buy the Spawn DLC just so that I could
And especially when it's voiced by the original voice actor for the
Heath
anime
David.
series. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So-
Mortal Kombat 1 is kind of like, I think it needs a bit more just for me to go back to it, I guess, not just guest characters. I guess the gameplay
Yeah.
is just really
Also,
not...
the other problem is they WB'd it, where okay, so we established, right, Mortal Kombat 80s throwbacks.
Yeah.
What the hell is 80s about Homelander and Omni-Man
Yeah, exactly. It's just current stuff, basically.
and Peacemaker? It's the most like brand synergy.
You're just putting it just for the sake of marketing and whatever Warner Brothers. had
Yeah,
on tap.
watch our shows right now.
Yeah, while you're playing MK1. Yeah.
That being said, I hats off to WB because Homelander and Omni-Man in the same season pass is the most genius shit ever. Because so I'm a weeb, right? So I'm very far detached from a lot of mainstream discussion. So at first I thought like, Omni-Man, that's a pretty weird pick. Like, you know, Injustice is pretty weird. And then I see mainstream people discussion. Like I occasionally open the window and look at the mainstream discussion. And everyone, yo, Homelander is so sick. I bet he could beat Omni-Man in a fight. No, man, Omni-Man is blah, blah, blah. So putting them in the same DLC pass is brilliant. Because what's everyone going to do? They're immediately going to make them fight each other.
Yeah, do the whole comparison thing, everything. I think that's also why I'm not really a fan of MK1 because of the WB just putting their hands really, really in deep compared to maybe 10 or to an extent Mortal Kombat 11. Because again, the guest characters they pick, it's like, oh, you're just following the 80s trope thing. Okay, that works out. Mortal Kombat 10 was more like, oh, horror characters. Okay, that works because Predator and Xenomorph are, you know, sci-fi horror characters anyway. So that fits that theme. What is the theme of MK1 apart from branding and marketing and, you know, obligatory deals that, you know, Ed Boon makes behind the scenes together with Warner Brothers?
That being said, though, I want Voldemort. Season 3, give me Voldemort. If he's not coming to multiverses, put him in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Give me, like, tell the irresponsibility of supporting Joanne Rowling aside. I want give me the Voldemort combos though. I want to hear.
Voldemort's head getting ripped off or something, right?
Oh, that would be so good. That would be so good.
Yeah. Speaking of Warner Brothers, yeah, I don't think we're gonna be talking about multiverses. I don't think it's even available in Malaysia or Singapore.
Oh, it is.
Oh, already. Oh, right.
Yeah. They remember to release it in Southeast Asia this time.
Okay. The version that is kind of broken as you speak, right?
Yeah, they had to remove Iron Giant because they didn't know how to balance a big body character.
They announced Beetlejuice. They announced oh yeah,
Agent
Samurai
Smith.
Jack. Okay, that was alright. Samurai Jack that'll make me want to maybe at least try multiverses at the very least. But
I am a Shaquille O'Neal main in that game.
okay.
I didn't think that Shaquille O'Neal would play like Ramlethal Valentine, but there we are.
I don't know. I guess what left a sour taste in my mouth is after playing the first version of the game, it got discontinued and then came back again, and it just felt worse. I felt, but again, maybe if they fix some things here and there, I might. And then if Samurai Jack actually plays alright, I might want to come back to it. Who knows?
Oh, Samurai Jack's gonna be fine. Put Harry Potter in that. No, put Dobby in that game. I want to see Dobby
Harry
combos.
Potter with Dobby, yeah, as a tag character.
No, so the rule I've made up in my head is that Harry Potter himself is not allowed to be in the fight. So we have to move around. We have to move around the characters.
Oh, no,
So yeah, Voldemort for Mortal Kombat and Dobby for Multiverses.
Nah,
We're
Warner
in.
Brothers ain't gonna care. They're gonna bring in Harry Potter somehow, despite the controversy surrounding the author and everything.
Oh, no,
I mean, Hogwarts, I guess
they're
they
never
sold
gonna-
shit done, did it not? Yeah.
Yeah, they're never gonna care about that.
Yeah.
I just think that they wouldn't put Harry, like they're definitely not gonna put Harry in Mortal Kombat because they're gonna be like, we're not going to have you rip Daniel Radcliffe's head off. But it's whether or not they will put him in multiverses. Because I know some games they're like, we don't want you to see Harry beating up people, but then multiverse is kind of like cute, funny, haha.
Yeah, it's like basically G-rated violence. Bugs Bunny's in there, so yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I still find it really funny how they censored Jason in that game.
Yeah,
It's like-
good stuff.
Turning gruesome Friday the 13th murders into cartoon violence is the greatest act. Like, what is it? Player first games? Like, hats off to you guys for
Play first.
yeah. Hats off to you guys for figuring that shit out. 'Cause that's really funny, and I legitimately wanted to play Jason in multiverses.
So what you want?